Well, here, before we get to that, one other question. So you're not making it anymore. Is there any chance?
Yeah, we're not making it anymore, but there's a new pedal that will eventually come out that uses just essentially the heart of the speaker cranker as its building block. Should come out soon. I'm really happy with this one too. There's more control. There's gain and tone and some different clipping options. And I feel like it's even more dynamic, and it can handle a little bit more pushing on the front end. I like it a lot with the arrows, but it also at max gain it kind of blows out a little bit more, which I really like. I think that some people will be on the fence about it, but I think it gets real nice and saggy.
Welcome to our It's Electra series.
In this series, we're going to share with you gear based on and inspired by the Electra distortion circuit.
Join us on this journey where we get the most tone out of the least circuit. Today we're looking at the special cranker from EarthQuaker devices. And before we get into this pedal and the demonstration of it, I want to ask you to consider subscribing to our channel, hitting the notification bell so you know what we're up to. The more you interact with us, the more it gives us the opportunity to interact with people like Jamie Stillman and the wonderful people at EarthQuaker devices. Right. So the Beard's going to tell you why we have this. It became part of our Electra series.
Right.
It's cousin of...
It's interesting. The speaker cranker is kind of the pedal that started the whole series.
Right.
Got the speaker cranker, fell in love with it. What is it? What other pedals? Because you can't get it anymore, right? They're not making it anymore. What other pedals? The whole Electra rabbit hole opens up. And so the big brother, whatever, to the speaker cranker. I've watched some reviews on this, and I've read some things where people, like, I feel like a lot of people miss this, that this is an Electra distortion.
Right.
At its heart, right? Mm-hmm. So, quick review, Electra distortion, transistor, followed by 2 diodes that clip off the transistor. There's some other things happening there, but that's basically what it is. So this pedal is basically a transistor to boost your signal, followed by 2 diodes. Now, they've done some cool things. They put an extra set of diodes in, so you can use the original speaker cranker silicone diodes, or you can flip the switch and use germanium diodes, which they kind of soften it up, round it off a little bit. They've also added a volume knob, so the speaker cranker, the volume never changed. You just turn the more up and you got more gain. Now we have a volume control. You have a gain control, and if you turn that knob, you'll hear some cracking or some noise.
They still call it more, but it is the gain.
Oh, do they still call it more?
Yeah.
Okay. So you might hear some noise because that's changing the bias on the transistor, which I'm not sure that's how the speaker cranker worked or not. We should have probably tried to figure that out. I don't remember that noise in the speaker cranker.
Well, you found it where you liked it and it hasn't changed.
Right, because I haven't turned it on.
Who you got it from has a little cage over the...
Right, because the knob in the place I have it's a perfect spot for me. And then you have a tone control. And so, we always bring up David Barber. Him and I have been talking, like, I love pedals with one knob. He's like, en masse, people don't like pedals with one knob. They want to be able to tweak. They want to be able to do things. So this is really nice that you have a volume, a tone, and a more knob, and now you can change the diodes. And they also have one of the soft switches in here, which, notice, if I hold it down, it comes on, and then I let it go, it goes off. So you can either click it on, or click it and hold it. And then,
the momentary.
So you get the momentary kind of thing. So the lineage, Electra distortion, with a lot more going on. And then the price point on it's like $99. Right, so it is a great price point for a pedal that is going to be very... Well, we'll get into that. You want to do a reference to
that? Yeah, 2014 Fender Strat through the Tyler JT22. We have the carbon copy. A little bit of that. two position because it's a Strat.
So why don't we just hear it where it's at?
Yep.
And I'll let you play for a minute where it's at, and then I'm going to flip that. Right now it's on the germaniums, right?
The softer one, yes.
Yeah, so softer, more round. We'll flip that over to the silicone, which is going to have a little more top end, be a little more modern kind of thing.
All right.
Silicone where it's at right now is more, I think, is what the speaker cranker was. Well, you can really hear that. Too.
Yeah, you can.
You can. All right, so
Do you want to try it with humbucklers, or you want to twist some knobs before we go?
I think we twist some knobs.
Twist some knobs first.
And let's not belabor this one. Let's maybe I'll run the gain on both silicone and germanium. Maybe play with the tone knob a little bit.
Okay.
We'll leave the volume where it is right now, but let's just like explore the pedal a little bit while you play.
All right. Even when you got to the top of the tone, it was pretty good. A lot of hand squeak. The little hand squeak was a little sharp, but even the top end of the tone wasn't totally unbearable. With, on 2 on a Strat, which is bright by nature.
No, and it's weird. I can't figure. So when they put out the speaker cranker, they made a big joke about how it wasn't a boost.
Right.
One knob pedal, they thought it's a boost. I don't think anybody's going to question that here.
Right.
But the ironic thing is the speaker cranker couldn't be a boost. Right? I mean, you could run it into other pedals and kind of boost them a little bit, but it wasn't a boost. It was a drive pedal. This, on the other hand, with that volume knob, there is a ton of headroom in there. I don't know that I ever got the volume the whole... I said I wasn't going to mess with it, and then like one of the first things I did was turn it. But like real quick, let's turn...
I heard it that.
Let's turn the gain, the more all the way down, and let's show it as a boost.
All right.
just can't do
Can't
that.
quite get the Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of... So it could be used more like a boost. You could use it to run into something else that way. Which is very cool. Anything else you're thinking right there, just face value?
No. Other than we'll do what we normally do, right? Like, because the one things you liked about the speaker cranker was the way it cleaned up, and plus we're gonna, hear what it sounds like through humbuckers.
Yeah, so I mean, one of my favorite things about the speaker cranker is that you can turn it on and kind of leave it on, roll your volume back, it would clean up, roll your volume back up, and it would, whatever. Do you feel like there's a light flashing?
I'm glad you thought that light was blinking, because I thought, I'm going to check out right here on YouTube. It's over. It's been a good run. Patrick out.
So, we're on the silicone setting.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it wherever it ended up, and we'll try the volume knob thing. We'll start with it all the way up and then try to roll it down.
A lot of tone shaping there, right? Depending on which of the diodes you're going to be using.
So we've said with a lot of like the one knob electro distortion pedals, one of the things that works so well with them when you roll your volume back, they would retain some of that treble. They would retain Tim from Tail Pedal said it's almost like having a treble bleed on your guitar. Mm-hmm. So you have that on all the time. So you have a boost on, but you roll your volume back to clean up, but you keep some of that high end stuff. Which, look at guys like Josh Smith with the Chula, right? Mm-hmm. Same, it's in there, same thing. Now that you've added that treble knob or the tone knob, which as you roll it to the left is cutting highs, and as you roll it to the right is adding, there's even a slight boost, I think it said, to the highs. It's a little different. I feel like it reacts different than, like, how to say this? I feel like I know the speaker cranker pretty good and how it reacts with my guitar. Right. This is not the speaker cranker.
One thing we talked about off camera was we obviously have the speaker cranker, and we also have a JHS switchback. So maybe on some shorter episode, maybe something for Instagram or something, I'm not promising anything, we'll do an A/B, and we'll try to find out if we can figure out where the speaker cranker lives in here.
Right.
Or if it does or doesn't. Best we can tell, just going A/B, same guitar, same amp.
Because, it has a very similar sound, and you're right, it probably is in there, but the pedal as a whole with the new parameters, you've taken that electro distortion circuit. Mm-hmm.
Did some cocktailing.
Which is, they did cocktailing on the speaker cranker because, they've made that to get it the way they wanted. Right. Now they've taken it almost a step further and added some other stuff. So, of course, it's not going to sound exactly like it. Now, what is that pedal designed to do? It's designed to sound like an amp. It's designed to react to your pick attack, to react to your volume knob, to react to your amp. And it does it in spades. So, I guess last but not least, we invite Nick Greer to the party, right? Because one of the things we've always said about these type of circuits is they're really good with other pedals. So we have the Lightspeed in front of the speaker cranker, or special cranker. Although Jamie told me he would always run the special cranker, the speaker cranker.
Right.
Oh dear. The speaker cranker in front of any other pedal. But then Nick told me he likes the Lightspeed in front of them. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this is the way we've done it in every other episode. So we have the Lightspeed into the special cranker and that into the Tomahawk. We're going to let Pat play and we'll switch pedals on and off so you can hear them independently, hear them together, and we'll see what it sounds like with something else.
Okay.
Have fun.
Oh. I was going to say brace for impact when you turn those two on the same with that over on the silicone side. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded good in both places, before and after. Oh. There was something I was thinking. We actually thought it reminded us a little bit of the Tomahawk by itself.
Yes. Yes.
It has that...
well, Woolly's an overused...
it has that tweed pedal sound. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're, without mentioning pedals, there's love pedals. There's a bunch of love pedals that are marketed as tweed amp, like tweed amp in a box,
right,
that are Electra distortion circuits.
Mm-hmm.
And Love Pedal's not the only company that has some tweed amp style pedals. The Tomahawk is not one of those. It's not an Electra distortion style circuit. But we thought there were some of those characteristics there. You know, which makes sense because it's going to be like very amp-like.
Which just makes that, you realize how diverse this is. You could get somewhere, we're pretty confident, the regular speaker cranker, true Electra distortion. You can get something more like a tweed, and somewhere in between because of the ability to switch the diodes and with the tone shaping.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's cool. There's lots of
it's
cool
a
stuff.
It's got to follow in its own brother's footsteps. You know what I mean? It's like the kid that comes along in school after the other brother broke every sports record and was on the dean's list, and now this guy comes along and has to.
Well, you know, it's funny though too because like they discontinued the speaker cranker.
Right. Jamie's favorite pedal.
Right. They weren't selling. I don't think they were selling tons of them because
everybody wanted
the David Barber effect of nobody wanted one knob.
Right.
So here's what we're gonna say. This is a great pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Very versatile. Probably, maybe we need A-beam, but I'm sure it can get really close to the speaker cranker sounds. But it's not the speaker cranker.
Right.
So those will still continue to sell for a high price on.
Yeah, that's right. If you can find one.
Yeah, on Reverb. No, great pedal. $99. I don't think you can get wrong. Do we need to add anything to this, or are we good?
I don't think so. I think we're good. The boys in Akron, Ohio know what's up.
So always take a minute. Yeah. Yes. Always take a minute to thank you for subscribing, hit like button, click the notification bell. commenting down below. Anytime you interact with the show, it really helps us out. Stop by the website. There's some pedals for sale there. All the episodes of the Electra series are on the website, so it's a good place to go and just see all the different pedals we've done in that series. And I think with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you, no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear.